Hi, I'm Scott App with Abundance Coaching, and I'm excited to show you for the first time on the internet the Abundance in Life wheel. I'm especially excited about this wheel because my wife and I co-created it, and we decided there would be 14 categories on this life wheel. So this is not like any other life wheel that you've seen before. The Abundance in Life wheel has the categories of God and spiritual, physical environment, adventure and fun, career and business, lifestyle, friends and relationships, finances, giving back, personal development, family, travel and vacation, health and wellness, happiness in life, and marriage and intimacy. We found that by adding a few categories and changing this from your typical life wheel, that it gave people a bigger and more accurate snapshot of where they felt they were in life. A quick example of that is your typical life wheel doesn't have physical environment in it, and it may not have giving back in it. I've also seen other ones that just had relationships, and we've dissected it to say marriage and intimacy and friends and relationships to give you a better aspect of that. And then, of course, family. So there's 3 that are really in there. And it could be broken down even further. One lady came to me and said, well, if you're talking about my siblings, I would rate that low, but if you talk about my grandkids, I would rate that high. But the point is that this would allow you, by rating yourself 1 to 10 on this wheel, to see a snapshot of where you would rate your life and how much abundance you feel that you have in your life. Now, my definition of abundance is believing that you are more than enough, you have more than enough, and that more than enough is coming to you in the future. Now, if you buy into my belief of what abundance is, you can ask yourself this question: how much abundance or how much overflow do I have in each category of life? And you can go around and you can just rate yourself between 1 and 10, how much abundance do I have in each category of life? Now, when I demonstrated this at a trade show recently, I had dozens and dozens and dozens of people that came up, and there was not a life wheel that was the same. In fact, there was lows and highs all across the board, and that didn't surprise me. But there were a couple of observations that you might want to pick up. Some people found that their lifestyle rating was very low, but their finance rating was really high. And their aha moment was that they're working so much, they're not paying attention to the lifestyle that they have in life. And of course, other people rated their finance level quite low. And that finance level had a direct impact on their giving back. Other people didn't even think about the giving back thing, and they asked me, well, what does that mean? How does that look? Well, for my wife, who's raising 2 wonderful babies, my kids, our kids, she would rate that really high. And it might not be because she's giving back in a whole lot of other areas, but she is pouring into our family, into our boys. So she's giving back a lot, and that would be a way that she would rate that for her own self. Other areas that I did find was that happiness really was across the board. You know, happiness in life is really what this Abundance in Life wheel is about. You can talk about your God and spiritual life, your physical environment, your career and business, all you like, but in the end, what you're probably looking for is more happiness in life. And that's where coaching can come in. That's where you can really develop yourself and grow. And you can definitely grow your happiness in life. So, of course, the point is that areas of your life will be all over the place. But one thing that you can take from this Abundance in Life wheel, and I encourage you, if you've done the Abundance in Life wheel at the conference, and if you're watching this video right now, is you can take a look at where you say that you rated yourself in accordance to abundance, and just look at one aspect of life. In this example here, let's take a look at, say, friends and relationship, because that's rated only at a 6. What could you do this week that could raise your friends and relationship level from a 6 to a 7? Could be a lot of things. Could be making that necessary phone call that you haven't been making to a good friend that you maybe lost touch with. It could be pouring yourself into a volunteer organization, going to the church that you go to more, or something like that. Just think of it for yourself. What can you do to raise that one aspect of your life from where it is to something that would be higher? Just even raise it one notch. Don't think about raising it 10. If you feel that you're just really low and there's a lot of limiters on you in a lot of different areas, I of course encourage you to take up coaching or to find a mentor or find somebody and look at some positive motivational material, because your mindset is a big part of that. But the law of attraction comes into play, and a lot of other things will come into play. But I encourage you to take a look and single out one of the categories and take a look again at how you can raise the category from one to another. You may look at travel and vacation. To raise that from a 3 to a 4 might mean that you could just do a staycation somewhere, and that could give you more satisfaction. The final thing I want to say is that the abundance and life wheel intersects everywhere. God and spiritual affect every single aspect of the abundance and life wheel. Your physical environment, where you live. If your health and wellness is really, really poorly, you're going to find that you're going to zero in on that aspect of life, and other areas are going to be affected. And that, in fact, that zeroing in on something is an epidemic. Usually what people do is they have a harder time seeing abundance. They have an easier time seeing their lack or their deficiencies. So they'll look easier at the thing that is lacking in their life, like if they're overweight, for an example, and all the things that might be results of that. And they'll look at that, and their insecurities will come there, their scarcities and their lacks, their inhibitions, all those things will be their focus, or the things that bring them down. So they'll think why they can't do things and why they are this way. Their confidence, of course, will be affected, etc. So what I encourage you to do is just take a look at that aspect of life. Health and wellness is an example, and just try to raise it by one notch. And then, as we say with the abundance and life wheel, there's overflows that will happen. So I expect that when you raise one area of your life by taking definite action, other areas will overflow and also improve. Of course, it takes consistent, measurable actions, but you will see your life wheel change and alter as you develop and you pour into yourself personally. I'm Scott with Abundance Coaching. I hope that you enjoyed the brief synopsis here of the abundance and life wheel. There's more to come. Live with passion and have abundance in life.